Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright. Hey, hope this is working. I think it is. So, if you want, go ahead and text chat just to say hi so I know that you can hear me and that it's working. And if you want, if you already know you're going to love this live stream, give it a thumbs up now. If you want to just wait and see if it's worth your time, give it a thumbs up later. That's cool too. But hey, good. I got a hello. Yay. Thank you. Um, I think it could help more people find it. Help YouTube to suggest this live stream to more people if you give it a thumbs up. Hello, good morning. So, for those of you that do not know, while I'm waiting for more hellos, my name is Janet Wright, and I am an energy healer, reader, and teacher. And I say teacher at the end because it's probably the most important part. I teach everyone to do what I do. But the biggest aspect of that is I teach pro-level self-healing, pro-level energy healing techniques. So you can use pro-level energy healing techniques on yourself every day to help yourself feel great, help yourself evolve and move forward in your life. Hello, hello, hello. Getting more hellos. Thank you. Thank you. So I would say that's probably one big difference, maybe. I don't really look at what other professional healers do, but the little that I have a sense of what else is out there, I would think that is somewhat unique with me, that I'm teaching everything that I do and that I try to make things as simple and powerful as I can. Get that combo of simple and effective techniques. So, and it's my teaching is free. The Metatron Archangel recordings I do, I ask that people, if you could afford it, give me a small tip on my website for those. Those are on YouTube so that everyone can access them regardless of your income level. But if you do like those Metatron recordings, you could please tip on my website. But all the teaching of energy healing technique is free. And I'm pretty sure that differentiates me a lot from what's out there. So that you can learn definitely pro-level healing for free. So you don't have to ever tell me your name. You don't have to sign up and be a part of my special angel club, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to, be a part of an organization, nothing. And I do keep saying pro-level healing because, well, for two reasons. One is that I ideally would like my clients, if they want, to be as good at healing themselves as I am healing them, because why not? Then it's truly a choice whether they get a healing with me or not. It's not like, oh my gosh, I need one, because they've become very good at healing themselves. And I explain what I do, which you will see in this live stream. But also pro-level healing, I say that because, I'm fine with people becoming professional healers and using my techniques, meaning techniques that they have learned through my videos in a professional setting. That's fine with me. I don't like sort of the whole tier marketing stuff that is common out there where, now you're a part of the Janet Wright healing system and you have to be Janet Wright certified and yada, yada, yada. No. I mean, you don't have to tell your clients at all where you got your techniques from. It's fine with me. I mean, it's just knowledge. The angels teach me, so I don't feel like I own it. So that's that. That's me. And I have a ton of videos on YouTube. So over 300 that are technique videos. They tend to be between 5 minutes and half-hour long, most of them. But these live streams are long because they are literally me doing a big, giant group healing. I will be healing today 80 participants, 80 prepaid healing participants that paid on my website a crazy low fee for this 3 healing set. This is the Sunday healing, so it's the second in the set of 3 healings called a triplet group energy healing set. And so today's Sunday, November 3rd, 2019. And so these 80 participants are in 11 different countries. So hi, everybody. Some of you are watching live and some of you not at all. You're asleep or whatever, doing whatever you need to do in life. And that's fine. Everybody's going to get healed, the 80 people. And, you know, you could watch later as a saved video if you want, or not, you know, but it is a nice learning tool if you choose. Hey. So what do I want to say about Friday's healing? Well, Friday was the first in the set. The theme is success, purpose, and subconscious for these 3 healings. So we always do general healing, lots of, you know, foundational stuff that's necessary, like aura repair, chakra repair, stuff like that. And we did a lot of that in the Friday healing. But then we always do the theme-related healing work as well. And like I said, this theme is success, purpose, and subconscious. Subconscious, I think just to highlight that a lot of the factors that are affecting your sense of whether you're succeeding or not this morning or today or this week or this month or in your life has to do with subconscious parts of your energy, like subconscious energy blocks, things like that. Same with purpose. You know, I think clarity might be like a good twin for purpose. I did notice in the Friday surveys, thank you very much if you did fill out a survey, I appreciate that. Post-healing survey. Good morning. Some people mentioned that they felt more clarity, they felt more clear, more you know, mentally turned on and focused. And I think that's probably a cousin of purpose, you know, having purpose, having a sense of purpose. Maybe even a synonym for it. You know, maybe it's the same thing to some extent, having clarity. And again, with purpose and success, what we're working is the micro and the macro. So, you know, macro, the ultimate macro of success, of purpose is your purpose in this lifetime, you know, which sometimes I kind of poo-poo because I think you can have a really purposeful life without having a little 1-sentence mission statement about what your purpose is. I think sometimes people may be stressing a little overly much about that, being able to boil it down to a sentence. What's your purpose in life? But it can be your purpose this week, your purpose this morning. What's your purpose? Why did you go into your office right now? What were you supposed to do? So we're going to clear energy blocks that affect all of that. Your sense of success, micro and macro, and your sense of purpose, micro and macro. And I even know the techniques that we're going to use this time. Sometimes it's very spontaneous and the angels kind of nudge me along the whole way. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of that this time, but I do know 2 of the theme related section of this live stream. So the sort of probably the second half of this live stream will be using the deep thought healing technique and timeline healing. So deep thought, that is, I have a lot of deep thought videos. I have a deep thought playlist with, gosh, probably I want to say like 15 videos in it at this point, where it's a technique that you can use to clear energy blocks easily out of your conscious and subconscious mind. And also to bring down your eternal wisdom so that it permeates your conscious and your subconscious mind better. So we'll be using that, and the timeline healing is a simple, sort of interesting way to clear energy blocks from the past. So from this lifetime and past lives. So we'll be doing that in this one. And if you need a quick nutshell of Friday's healing, there was a lot of really good fundamental stuff. A lot of good discussion, I thought. Particularly at the very end, there was some really interesting discussion that just spontaneously came from people's comments. I kind of caught up at the end reading people's comments, and so there was a spontaneous discussion about professional healing, and people wanting to over time get ready to do professional healing, or some people already doing professional healing, and just a little bit of a discussion about the risks involved with that and boundary issues involved, and how to best prepare yourself, and what's more risk, what's less risk. So that's interesting. That was in the Friday healing. If you have more questions about that, you could post them right at the end and we could discuss that. Or any other type questions you could post towards the end. But Friday, there was a lot of fundamentals, and then there was theme-related work. We did Life River healing, which is cool. And I wrote a summary in the info section, so I don't remember everything, but I do remember timeline healing. That was pretty neat about it. Let me see what else. Yeah, we did a little of everything. Oh, we did chakra healing, but in a theme-related way, where we helped you. Oh yeah, we helped wash out energy blocks from past lives, criminal past lives where you were a criminal, and so you may have some baggage about your purpose or success, because in that life, your purpose and success was something very, potentially malevolent towards society or towards others. And so then obviously society's going to go, stop, and so you may have that sort of that baggage with you still about, oh no, my purpose is bad, So, now that you're more evolved and compassionate, that's just, it could be subconsciously confusing you. So we washed out past life baggage from criminal past lives, and also from just any past lives that are in the way of your purpose and success. But like I said, there's a text summary in the info section of these things, like after the live stream. It takes me a little bit to put it up, maybe an hour, but then there's a text summary in the info section. Hi. Okay, cool. My apologies in advance if someone gets confused about the time change. The US just did a time change this morning, so we fell back an hour. So I don't know if that made anyone get confused about our live stream time now. But the live stream time is at, now through whenever we change again in March, it's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or noon Central Standard Time, or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if you're in the UK, it's 6 p.m. GMT until you or we change time again, or 7 p.m. CET if you're in Central Europe. Or the other times I don't have memorized. So check my website or email me at janet@janetwrightreadings.com if you want to know about that stuff, like what time the live stream is at. Okay, so let's get started. Hi from India. Hey. Yeah, people are watching from a lot of US people so far, as far as the commenters. US, Canada, a lot of US and Canada. Oh, Qatar. Hey, Qatar, rocking it out. And US, Canada, India, and Qatar are watching right now, as far as I know. But there could be other people. Not everyone likes to chat. Little text hellos. And of course, if you're not a prepaid participant, receiving the healing from me, you're still super welcome to chat, little comments, and heal yourself as this live stream goes on. Okay. Okay, so first, grounding. So I always suggest that you make today we can make grounding red or orange or yellow. There's no specific color the angels need it to be, just red or orange or yellow. So a big wide grounding, as wide as your whole aura, all the way down to the core of the earth. Keep it wide all the way down so it has a nice flow. So if you want, you could make a copy of your grounding out in front of you and comb through it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're already starting with the spontaneous stuff. I'm going to heal everybody's hands just for fun. Because, in this healing and when you heal yourself, use your hands to do it. I mean, you could also use gold suns all around you and just shine on whatever part needs healing. But your hands generate a lot of energy. So here's the hand chakras in the palm of each hand, and then also fingertip chakras at the front tip of each finger is where the energy can come out from your fingertip chakras, so that they can all generate gold light. You just set with your intention the chakra so that it generates a gold energy as opposed to some other color. And that's that. So after I do grounding and maybe a few things, then we'll do some hand work, but let's do grounding first. So just comb out your own grounding with gold light. You can imagine any energy blocks, maybe they look like flat, hard rocks in there, and you want it to be more like flowing water, downward, flowing water, falling water, like a waterfall. And one of my newbies said, oh, it doesn't work as well when I do it as when you do it. Well, yeah. But I think don't write yourself off, as a newbie healer. It still works. And the more present you get, the better you are, because the more present you are, the more energy you have for your healing work, and the more kind of force you have as a healer. So just keep rocking it. You'll get, you may think, oh, as a newbie, I'm such a powerless, ineffective healer, but you're really not, and you can progress pretty fast. So keep with it. So just working the grounding again, unblocking the grounding is what I would call this, right? And you want to unblock the whole route of your grounding. So from all the way up by your third chakra, that I would suggest your grounding goes high up to your third chakra and then all the way down to the core of the earth. So you have your copy of that whole route and you unblock it all. Your little mini copy. Some of my newbies, their grounding is not very wide. It takes a while to get used to making your grounding really wide as your whole aura. And why do I suggest that? It's for stress releasing, it's for releasing, letting go. It helps you be much more present because releasing is easier through a big giant waterfall than it is through something narrow that could get clogged more easily. If you have a big giant waterfall, you can get clogs here and there or here and there, but overall you still have a huge amount of flow. So that's kind of what you're aiming for. You're aiming for so much presence that even with a little damage or a little blockage, you're still ready to rock, because life is triggering. You're not going to be flawless at all times. So you just want to kind of overdo the flow and the presence so that you have enough. So I'm just reminding my newbies to widen out that grounding. Funny because I'm telepathically reminding each newbie, and some of them are like, oh yeah, and some of them are like, I got it, I did it. All right, cool. So let's do a little bit of someone says, I'll only read a comment if it's super relevant and the angels direct my attention to it. Otherwise, I'll catch up at the end, just so you know. But somebody does say, it's hard to make my aura wide all the way down. Any suggestions? Okay, so you're not making your aura wide all the way down. You're making your grounding wide all the way down. Your aura is just an energy field around you, a bubble around you. So your aura goes, you know, from up here all the way around you to down about here, right? Your aura has 7 layers. Each layer is generated by one of your major chakras, right? So the grounding is just something extra that you create with your intention. And that goes, I would suggest that goes up high till about your 3rd chakra, all the way down to the core of the earth. So your grounding overlaps some of your aura, but it's not the same thing. So leave your aura the way it is. We're going to repair it soon, but leave your aura the way it is and just make your grounding as a nice big waterfall. And if it's not wide, just destroy it, recreate it again, make it nice and wide. Some people, as newbies, maybe you make Velcro on the center of the earth and you Velcro or tape your grounding to the center of the earth wide around you, you know, or gold glue or whatever you need to get used to it. But sometimes what happens is you just have some energy blocks towards the bottom that are cinching it in. So then you just don't worry so much about the width of it. Just keep combing through and melting all those energy blocks. And once you melt them all, then the grounding widens out again towards the bottom. So that's just a sign of some energy blocks that you have. So you just focus more on relaxing, letting go, melting away those energy blocks that are constricting your grounding. And then it just widens out. I sort of sometimes see it like, you know, like a curtain that's sort of gathered and then you let it go and the curtain falls, you know, straight down. Even though it's not really like a curtain. It's not a curtain, it's more of a waterfall, you know, things you're releasing, you're letting go. Okay, so now we'll do a little bit of aura repair just because a few people actually need it, even though they got aura repair on Friday. You know, it just takes seconds for your aura to get damaged. So one of my clients, she said, I don't know why my chakras were damaged. I repaired them 2 weeks ago. I was like, well, honey, they could get damaged in about, you know, 20 seconds. So things happen. You know? So anyway, just what we're doing, I'll link below aura repair videos. As usual, I always link those in case you don't know about it, in case someone doesn't know about aura repair. It's real easy to learn, and I mean, it's sort of like aura repair and grounding are neck and neck as far as importance to quality of life, but aura repair may be this much more important even as far as affecting how you feel every day. And it's easy to do. You just wash out the ripped parts with gold light and they heal themselves and grow back. And you don't have to see the rips. You could just imagine them or use your intention or your thought and send gold light there and they grow back. The ripped parts heal up and then the chakras generate more energy and your aura poofs out again nicely. And you know, I haven't mentioned it, but redo your gold energy aura buffer zones. Just make nice. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. And just add extra gold light to your gold energy aura buffer zones because that never really hurts. So just lots of extra gold light. It can be universal healing energy, not your life force, but just the gold energy aura buffer zone is a force field that you attach to the edge of your aura, and it's just like a big buffer, you know, 10 feet wide, I think is what I make it. I forget. All the way around, 6 feet, 10 feet wide. Either way, I forget what the video says. All the way around the outside of your aura. So it's a buffer. So if somebody throws energy at you, it might rip part of your buffer. But hopefully, if your buffer has so much gold light in it, it'll just kind of burn up whatever comes towards it. So then, or at least like sort of absorb the force of what was thrown at you. So then that doesn't continue to rip your aura and damage a chakra. So that's what the buffer zone's about, which is described in the video that also teaches aura repair, gold energy aura buffer zones. So anyway, just add lots of extra universal gold light to your gold energy aura buffer zones so that they're even better at absorbing what's thrown at you and just melting it away. Okay. So someone says, what will this heal exactly? Well, I'm not sure what part of what I'm saying made you ask that. I mean, the aura is your force field around you. It affects your mood a lot. It affects your energy level. It affects all your functioning because it protects your chakras. And your chakras affect all your personality, your functioning, your energy level, everything. Hi, everybody. Okay. But if you wanted to post a more specific question, I would catch up on it before the end. So if you're saying what will blah 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 grounding heal, what will whatever, it's not that I'm ignoring your question. I'll get to it at the end. All right. So let's do hands now, because the grounding is okay for everybody. Wait, I gotta check some newbies first. Yeah. I check the veterans too, but usually, you know, if a newbie's fine, the veterans are going to be way fine. Because once you do like a certain number, I don't know how many of these types of group healings with me, your spirit just gets so in the groove, and it's just so they're really easy to follow, and you release a lot and you heal a lot, and it's just a piece of cake. So I really usually only have to make sure the newbies are following along. Everyone else is like, yeah, what's next, Janet? Let's do it. All right, cool. So hands. So I'm just going to help people to heal their hands a little bit, forearms and hands. I'm not going to do a big shoulder and arm thing, maybe just a teeny bit on shoulders too. Yeah, why not? And arms. Just a teeny bit. The thing with shoulders and arms, I mean, you can get energy blocks inside the energy channels. But also you can get leaks. So energy just kind of spurts out somewhere along the energy channel, and then less gets to your hands. So if it doesn't get to your hands, you can't use it as a healer when you're going like this. And also it, the flow of energy all the way down your arms and out your hands helps you manifest. It's like a spiritual sort of might. And so helps manifesting and creativity. So if it leaks out along the way, that does not help your manifesting and your creativity. So I'm just using gold light like around surrounding, you know, so you could do that with you. Just surround gold light with your shoulders and your arms and just heal up any little leaks and melt away any energy blocks inside this area that are blocking the flow. And then we're going to also do that with the hands. So you just make a copy of your hand out in front of you to heal it. Or, well, I guess you have your hand, it's so accessible, you could just heal it like this. You know, so hold the actual hand that you're doing and just use the other hand to heal and then rotate. But you could make a copy. You could even make a composite copy where it's like a copy of one hand, a copy of the other, and you kind of superimpose them together. So then you're healing this one copy that is a composite of both your hands. So that way you can kind of surround it but whatever works for you. You know, there's not like one better way necessarily. If it works for your brain, then that makes it better. Okay, cool. All right, so now hopefully that helped unblock your hand chakras a little bit more. So if you're healing yourself right now and you're getting healing and you got them unblocked, or just later, you know, you can play with them more as a healer and see if you feel a difference. I'm just checking people out, see what they need next. What I do, I would call freestyle healing, which you can do on yourself, where you just, maybe you do some basics first, no matter what, like you do your grounding first, you do your aura repair first, but you kind of improvise after that, and you just say, okay, what do I need? Doing a little bit of chakra work with everybody. You can just, if you're doing it on yourself, you could just imagine, you know, a copy of your chakras out in front of you. And you could make you could just imagine it as is. So the seventh chakra is oriented differently than 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your seventh is oriented this way. And just comb through them all with gold light. And again, if you need to do this while you're driving or while you're cooking or feeding cats or something, you could just create gold suns that shine on your chakras, which are all along your spine, and then shine on the back of all the chakras, so on the back of your spine. So just lots of gold suns shining on the back of your spine, lots of gold suns shining on the front of your spine, and just your intention is that this is going to clean out your chakras and repair them and melt away energy cords and unblock them. And the intention would be that you're doing it for both sets of chakras at the same time. So all 7 of your astral chakras and all 7 of your physical body chakras at the same time. When you're fully present, they are inside each other. So the 7th is in your astral 7th is inside your physical 7th. The astral 6th is inside your physical 6th. So let's do creative rings just a little bit. We did a lot of creative ring discussion and healing and repair on Friday. So there are 3 gold creative rings above your head, 1, 2, 3, and they generate gold creative and inspirational energy that goes down to your 7th chakra, which helps a lot. So I just want to check everybody's creative rings. Sometimes after a big healing, like happened on Friday, your creative rings may be a little overzealous because maybe when they were blocked up and cracked and whatever, they had to work harder to send that gold light down to your seventh chakra, send enough of it. So now that they're all healed up and awesome, they may be sending a little too much gold light down to your seventh chakra, and you may be like a little bit, taxed from that. It may be a little bit overstimulating. So I'm just going to help people kind of adjust their creative rings a little in case they are sending a little bit too much inspirational energy, creative inspiration energy down to the seventh chakra. And then we can unblock the creative rings, which just means that you can get energy blocks stuck inside the creative rings. So just a little extra gold light in the inside area of those creative rings in case there's some energy blocks stuck there. This helps. It can help your brain work better, basically. Help you have more simplicity. A lot of times if you have a lot of energy blocks right above your head, you get into a lot of drama. You manifest a lot of drama. Everything's like 10 times harder than it should be. So one thing which we could repeat from Friday is this Mr. Potato Head game, kind of. I'm just taking notes so later I can write the text summary. Mr. Potato Head. It's just a silly way to imagine the beings that are messing with you so that you can ask them to get recycled by your angels. Because I don't know, it's easy, I think, at first, unless you get more experienced. It's easy to be like, oh, you mean I have a being in my space, Janet? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm terrified. But, as I said before, I am a mighty being. You are a mighty being. You are a strong, eternal, mighty being. So these little things that are caught up in your energy field somewhere, yeah, they got to go. They got to be recycled. They got to get out of your way. But you're the giant. Okay? So anyway, so it's possible to get a couple beings even tangled up in your creative rings. But again, you are the mighty being, right? You're the strong and mighty being. I'm a strong and mighty being. So, I mean, you don't have to like hypnotize yourself with that phrase, but if it helps you to feel more confident and you like, thinking about that as an affirmation, that's why I would suggest it. But, so you can do two things to get beings out of any area, okay? One of them is vacuum boxes. That's pretty easy. So a vacuum box is, you just imagine a box that just sucks things into it, beings into it, or even other people's energy, just whatever shouldn't be there, right? And then your angels recycle the box and everything in it. So you can imagine, maybe a big version of your creative rings, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe make some vacuum boxes all around the outside and even on the inside of your creative rings, and then turn them on all at once. And just relax, maybe comb above a little with gold light. Just remind yourself, I can let go. And just let the vacuum boxes suck in the beings. So the vacuum boxes are working and the vacuum boxes are getting full. And then just say, angels, can you please recycle these vacuum boxes? So you just think that, angels, please recycle the vacuum boxes. And so then, yeah, pro healer tip. I used to not want to make vacuum boxes in and around a client's energy field, but I think they're temporary. Like 10 seconds later, you ask the angels to recycle the vacuum boxes. So I don't think it's as negative as I used to think it was. I mean, obviously, if you can suggest that your client imagines the vacuum boxes, that's even better because then they learn more. Or they could have their angels make the vacuum boxes. But I think since it's a temporary thing that's gone in 10, 15 seconds, it's not so bad. Anyway, okay. But then we'll do Mr. Potato Head game. So you just line up copies out in front of you of any beings that are messing with your creative rings. They may be far above, they may be tangled up in the creative rings. Just line them up out in front of you, these copies of these beings, and make them look like Mr. Potato Head dolls. Mr. Potato Head is like a potato-looking thing with eyes and a mustache and a big nose, right? So you just imagine the beings looking really silly, because that way you can't be afraid of them, right? And then just imagine like, okay, well, how many Mr. Potato Head doll / beings are there messing with my creative rings, in any way? And then just say, angels, can you please recycle all those beings? So now I'm going to walk everybody else through that. So first, just imagine, copies of any beings that are messing with your creative rings as Mr. Potato Head dolls. And just say, angels, can you please recycle these beings? And then you can say too, any beings that are messing with you, period. Just any beings that are messing with you. How would beings mess with you? Like what could be a symptom? A headache, maybe? A headache would probably be a symptom of two things. Maybe some beings messing with you, but also aura damage so that they could get into more of an internal space. So you would also repair your aura. But anyway, beings messing with you could make you spend too much time on Facebook, like I mentioned on Friday, could make you extra irritable or make you think overly negative thoughts that are not, healthy and productive. So why put up with that, right? Just line up any beings that are messing with you in any way out in front of you and just say, angels, can you recycle all of them? And if that freaks you out to imagine them, just make them look like Mr. Potato Head dolls. Okay. All right. So let's see. See where people are at. So we already got rid of the beings that are messing with the top creative ring. But then there could be people courting your top creative ring. So you can just imagine that the top creative ring, because that one of the three, that's the most important. That if that one's happy, it makes everything else happy beneath it. Happier, a lot happier. So just imagine any cords from any people going to your top creative ring and just melt those cords. You don't have to know who is courting you. I mean, you could use your intuition if you want, but the point is to melt all the cords so you don't have to delay melting them just because you don't know who they're from. Just imagine a bunch of, strings, lines of light, and you just melt them with gold light. So what happens then is the flaps on that top creative ring close. I'll link that video below later, the creative ring flaps video. But those top creative ring flaps close, and then the flaps beneath it in the rings and the chakras beneath it close as well. I'm smiling because the angels picked for me. Because I said, okay, well, it seemed like everyone was ready to do the theme related healing. And I wanted to double check. And so the angel said, well, if he's ready, everybody's ready. And the he that they picked was somebody's husband, who is a telepathic participant. And she and her husband, this is their first time getting the healings. And so I asked him, and I looked too. I looked, and he looked ready to do the, he looked like really flowing and pretty present right now and ready for the theme related healing. And I asked him, he said, I'm ready. Let's do this. So that's why I was smiling. It was cute. I love confident newbies. I mean, I love all newbies, even if you're not confident. It's just cute, when someone who consciously would be like, are you kidding? No, I don't want a healing. What are you talking about, crazy lady? But then now his spirit totally gets it on a, subconscious level. And so his spirit's like into it. It's cute. Very cute. Okay, good. So I'm going to note the time on this one. I'm going to note the time on this one so we know the general healing was 46. Well, there was chat first, and then there was general healing. And then at 46 minutes into it, we're going into the theme-related healing. Even though, as I always say, the general healing helped the theme-related healing because we already discussed a little bit of the theme, which stirred up stuff. So we were helping the theme with what we already did. But now it'll be more obvious. Okay, so first we're going to do is the deep thought healing to help you with purpose and success. So I don't have my cute little drawing, but I think that's fine. With deep thought, you imagine your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and then just gold light for your 8th chakra, which is above you. Your 8th chakra is a chakra, just like your 7th chakra in your head, but your 8th chakra doesn't come down into your physical body. Your 8th chakra is, I think it would be part of what people refer to as your higher self. It's an energy center of yours, and it has lots of calming wisdom from past lives. I mean, lots of wisdom, but it is really calming. Like, to bring that energy down, it's like this sort of big picture wisdom. It's really a nice vibe. So you imagine your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, and gold light from your 8th chakra, and we're going to heal the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. We're going to do probably more like, yeah, we'll just keep it simple. Okay, so we're just going to imagine. Let's first wash it all out with gold. So your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Just rinse it out with gold light, like gold soap and water, kind of. The first time I did deep thought healing technique, afterwards I felt like I had taken a vacation or something. It was really nice. So it's a nice thing to do when you don't actually have time to take a vacation. Just give yourself some deep thought healing. So what are we doing? We're washing out just a copy out in front of you of an area representing your conscious mind and an area representing your subconscious mind. And we're just using gold light and washing them out. And if you're cooking maybe, or feeding cats and dogs and you don't have hands free, or helping your kid with something, just make gold suns all around your conscious mind copy and your subconscious mind copy, and just have the gold light wash out energy blocks. You're just sort of melting away energy blocks in your conscious and subconscious mind. And another thing that we do with this is we bring up earth energy into those areas because it's very calming. And it does matter what color it is that you bring up. So just with your intention, you don't have to see energy at all, really. But with your intention, I would suggest, since we're just bringing it into this copy of your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, go ahead and bring up like a light blue, light to medium blue, like this color that I'm wearing, or even like this color, you know, anywhere around there, I would say is an ideal throat chakra, fifth chakra color. And fifth chakra relates to your mind. If you had to pick one chakra, maybe that picks, so that's why. Just bring up light or medium blue earth energy into your subconscious and your conscious mind. And I will link, there's a video called Blue Soak. And I'll link that down below later. But that's this, where you just bring up light blue earth energy into your subconscious and conscious mind, because it's very relaxing. You can leave that soak going. That's not a bad thing. So you don't really have to bring that soak down, bring the earth energy down out of those areas. You could leave it up. I think I'm going to do that with me, and I'll do that with the participants. Yeah. So then gold light from your eighth chakra, like I said, is your higher self, your wisdom. And so some of that ideally would come down and filter through your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to help you to know what's best for you, help you to have the most wisdom. So you can just let some of that gold light from your eighth chakra shine down into your conscious and subconscious mind. And just melt away any energy blocks that are blocking that wisdom from coming down. There could be denial. Denial is a commonly recognized thing where it's a mental block. You know, you can't really admit it, but you have these blocks about something. And so you can just kind of imagine some denial energy blocks in your conscious mind or your subconscious mind and just melt those away. So that helped the theme, just because we had already announced the theme of purpose and success, and then now we're doing deep thought healing. But let's make it even more overt. The more you announce your theme to yourself, so that's how you could use a meditation journal and write down, this is what I want to work on, you know, and that announces the theme to yourself, and it will trigger energy blocks that you need to clear around that theme. So I'm reminding everybody that we're working on success and purpose. So we want to melt away energy blocks that are in the way of your micro or macro success and purpose. So you're again using gold light, washing through your conscious and your subconscious mind, and just melting away any energy blocks that have to do with your success and your purpose. And your intention is that you're only seeing or imagining, and you're only clearing what is healthy and gentle for you to clear today. Okay? So only melt away what's healthy and gentle for you to heal today. And I like to just only see what's healthy and gentle for me to clear today. That way I'm not like, you know, I don't accidentally see a whole bunch more and go, oh, I want to clear that now. And then I cleared a little too much and my day is kind of useless after that. Maybe if I cleared too much. So just see or intuit and melt away what is healthy and gentle for you to clear right now. Whatever's blocking your success and your purpose. So I have a couple clients who are trying to find jobs, trying to find new jobs. Some people know exactly the kind of job they're looking for, and some people are unsure. Maybe they've been trying to find a job in a certain industry, but it's just not working. So then they're trying to figure out what to do. You know, do they pick a different industry, try to enter a different type of job industry? What do they do, right? So if that applies to you, then that's you can clear blocks about right now. Other people, have their job, but maybe they have other subconscious blocks in the way. But let's just do anything around employment, finding the right job for you. Let's do that first. And if you already have the right job, then anything around your job satisfaction, right? Because there's always more that you can clear that's affecting your job satisfaction, your fulfillment on the job, your work-life balance, all that stuff. So we'll say job satisfaction and or just general getting a job. So just imagine any blocks in the way of you getting a job and or your job satisfaction. And just melt away those energy blocks. And it does help just remind yourself, let go. I can let go. It's okay. It's all right. A lot of people, they get locked into this thing of what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And it's harder to release that way. So just try to, like maybe just touch your forehead, think about viewing from this energy center, your sixth chakra, which is non-judgment, very no drama here in your sixth chakra. So just touch your forehead and just imagine viewing from there where nothing is good or bad. It just is what it is, and you're working on it right now. So washing away any energy blocks in the way of you finding the right job and or your job satisfaction. And for my wonderful kid viewers, it's probably not too early to wash away energy blocks in the way of you having clarity about career and what you like and what you don't like. And of course, for kids, your job is to do well in school, in part. Obviously there's more to childhood than that, one would hope. But that we could be clearing that as well, doing well in school. So again, with that idea of job satisfaction and or finding the right job, go ahead and bring down some of that eighth chakra energy of yours. Don't bring down anyone else's because it'll mess you up. But just imagine, some gold light above your conscious and subconscious mind that represents your eighth chakra wisdom, the gold light from your eighth chakra, and just let that permeate down so that your conscious mind and your subconscious mind get a nice dose of your wisdom from past lives. And sometimes when you've healed enough, you might see like a gold sort of sparkle, like it just sort of shimmers. And that could be your angels. You could set that up with your angels that when you've done it enough, your angels are going to make it sparkle gold for you. So then you've done enough. There is a deep thought video that I have for school and work. That's a nice one that's kind of related to what we just did. So I'll link that down below for later if you want. And that helps you clear resistance that you may have in your mind in around school and around work. Okay. Let's see, what other deep thought stuff do people need? I'm looking at a sample person right now of somebody's aunt, a client's aunt, who is also a client, but she's telepathically consenting to the healing. Okay. So she, like a lot of people, has fears blocking her mind, her subconscious mind and her conscious mind. And that diminishes her sense of success, her sense of purpose. So let's clear fear from your mind, particularly any fear that blocks your success and your purpose. Um, so go ahead and just imagine any fear energy blocks that create fear in your subconscious or your conscious mind. And this would be another good time to bring up the blue earth energy again, the light blue to medium blue. So like light blue or turquoise blue uh, earth energy, and just do a nice earth energy soak again with your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And then gold light, and just wash out fear energy blocks that create fear. And there was a technique, I don't use it much anymore, but there's this one called collapsing gold nets. And it's another way to get rid of beings. But sometimes fear just comes from beings, not really from past lives. It's just some silly, stupid little being that just keeps, sending you this energy of like, oh my God, and then you feel it and you're like, oh my God. So while we're clearing fear from the mind, why not? So collapsing gold nets is, you just imagine, a big box of gold netting around. And since we're doing the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, copies of your conscious mind and subconscious mind, trying to stay out of the way of the camera. So make a big gold box of nets all around your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And then just collapse the gold nets so that you're collapsing them around any beings that may be in your conscious mind and your subconscious mind making trouble for you. And just close it around the beings, and then give that to your angels. Say, angels, here you go. Can you recycle all that? So I'm going to do that for the participants now. And you can do it multiple times. I have had clients do this for their kids. Obviously, work on yourself first. Do these techniques on yourself for a while first, and you could write under a comment section of, "Am I ready yet to do this technique for my 4-year-old boy who can't sit still?" Or something, or for my daughter. I mean, they don't have to have big energy problems for you to do that technique. But it's nice, because beings can make it harder for someone to settle down or behave or get to sleep or whatever. So I wouldn't suggest that you freak out your kid about beings and be like, "Oh my God, I think you have beings." Just as the parent of a young child, you could do this technique first on yourself, then get really present, and then just imagine your conscious and subconscious mind for your kid, your like 4-year-old. And then just, big gold nets all around. And your intention is that the gold nets are going to close in around the beings. And then you just pick out the beings and give them to your angels. All right. So I think that's good enough for the deep thought technique to help you with success and purpose. So now we can move on to using the timeline healing technique. And timeline technique, I have some water. Haven't been drinking enough water today. Timeline healing technique is basically like you imagine a line that represents time, and then you make piles of energy blocks that you need to clear. But first, I'm going to help everybody with their grounding, make sure everybody's grounding is releasing enough, because they probably cleared a lot with that exercise. So Sometimes when you release a lot, your grounding may clog up. So also, that demo positive change rain video. That's where you clear energy blocks above the head and above the top of the aura. We tend to do that a lot in these healings, just because when you grow a lot, then you try to bring in a lot of your energy and you bring it in through the top. So if you have any blocks here, then it creates this weird tug of war where you're trying to bring in your new energy, but the blocks kind of push back. So I'm just helping everybody to melt away energy blocks above their head. So that kind of looks a little bit like this. So you can just imagine a copy of your head and melt away energy blocks above your head and above the top of your aura. Okay. So with timeline healing, we'll do this life first. Timeline healing, it's very flexible, so you could do a timeline that represents past lives and this life, or just this life, or whatever. But I think, let's keep it simple. So first we'll do this life only. So just imagine, a line, and then at some point it's you in the present. And then earlier on that line, it's earlier in your lifetime. So at some point you were born, and then there's different, ages on the timeline. And you don't have to see this really at all. You just kind of think it, right? And so you can go ahead and ask yourself, well, did I have a sense of success and purpose when I was born? And you either did or you didn't. Maybe it was like halfway there, I guess. But it's not going to be like a real complicated answer. It's going to be like yes, sort of, or no. So if you didn't have a sense of success and purpose when you were born, then maybe you got smushed, maybe you got smushed like when your body was, in your mom's belly, in your mom's uterus, and your body was growing maybe, and you were visiting as a spirit a lot. Maybe you got dumped on accidentally. And so maybe your purpose energy got a little smushed there. Maybe at conception, with agreements with your parents on a spirit level, maybe those spirit agreements were a little too heavy. And so that could smush your purpose and your success energy. But what we want to do is just imagine what's healthy and gentle to clear today. So we're not going to get super heavy duty about this, right? So if there's any energy that you need to clear around your success and purpose for like birth or pre-birth, so from conception to birth, just imagine it like a pile, right? And if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not, and just melt away the pile. If you notice a pile of energy blocks that are healthy and gentle for you to clear right now, just take your time, deep breathe, maybe wiggle your toes, feel how that feels. So you're staying present, and you're just clearing what's healthy and gentle to clear right now. Any energy that may impact your success and your purpose, energy that you got between conception and birth. And then you can just notice the rest of the timeline from birth to now. And okay, so did you have success and purpose energy when you were 5? Did you have your own success and purpose energy when you were 5? And, obviously it's not like, oh, I knew the purpose of my life when I was 5. It just means it's just like an energy. So maybe, it translated into a little more confidence as you're like, walking around the room or something. But just let your intuition tell you, did you have success and purpose when you were 5? And if not, there's a little bit to clear, probably some energy blocks, right? So just imagine a pile of energy blocks, maybe that might be there. that impact your success and purpose, and just melt them away. And then from 5 to 10 years of age in this life, just imagine, okay, when I was 10, did I have a sense of success and purpose? And if not, did I have my own sense of success and purpose, even subconsciously? And if not, then there should be some energy blocks there that you can melt away that are healthy and gentle for you to melt right now. Okay, and then we can go, say, from 10 to 20, we'll speed it up. And if you're not 20 yet, you know, some of my kid viewers, you can just breathe deeply because you don't have to do that part. But go ahead and ask yourself, did I have a sense of purpose when I was 20? A sense of success and purpose, even just subconsciously? Did I have my own success and purpose energy when I was 20? And if your answer is no, then you probably have some energy blocks to clear. So you can just imagine them at little piles based on when you got them, and just imagine only what's healthy and gentle for you to clear right now and melt away those energy blocks. Specifically between ages of 10 and 20, any energy blocks that mess with your own sense of success and purpose. Any energy blocks that are healthy and gentle to clear right now. Because you can always do this again later. So I don't think most of my clients are in their 20s, but for the sake of time, I'm going to just have from the age of 20 to present, even if that's, 60 years or something for you, whatever, just from age 20 to present. But on your own, you could do from 20 to 25 and 25 to 30, however, bit by bit you want to do it. But just imagine, say now, do you have a fully intact and whole sense of your own purpose and your own success? If your answer is meh or no, then you definitely have some energy blocks to melt away, right? And so just imagine, between ages of 20 in this life and now, any energy blocks that are healthy and gentle to clear that impact your success and purpose, and just melt them away with gold light. The blocks can look like stacks of rocks, or piles of dirt, whatever. And again, just keep breathing. Don't rush yourself. Just let them clear at a natural pace. Just keep breathing. Relax your shoulders. Wiggle your toes. Feel how that feels. Because when you're more body-centered as you do this clearing, it tends to work better. All right, great. So that was using timeline healing to work your sense of purpose and success. So I'm just going to heal everybody just a little bit more to see where everybody's at, what they need. So sometimes releasing a lot can make you feel tired. Like I had one client, she's like, oh, I felt, tired later that day, but then the next day I felt great. So sometimes that could be inevitable, but sometimes if you open up your third a little more and unblock your third chakra more right here, that will help you to have energy. So then you just sleep really deeply and soundly and wake up feeling good, but maybe then you have more energy during the day. So your third may need to be, more unblocked than usual, just because you're releasing a lot, and that's kind of work all by itself. But then you need energy to drive your car and do your work and cook your dinner and whatever, right? So let's specifically heal the third chakra extra, so that you have the extra energy, not only just to keep your releasing rocking and going, but also to do what you need to do today or tomorrow. Okay, so third chakra, right below the camera. So third chakra, like my sternum bone goes like this and it ends right here. So that's where my third chakra would be, right? So on Akudal, right here, right? So energy flows in the front and flows out the back, right? And the shape is a cylinder, an open cylinder. So open in the front, open in the back. So you can just imagine a copy of that out in front of you and unblock the round openings. So just wash them out with gold light. And energy blocks in the round openings, it could be kind of like you had something stuffed in there. So like, well, this is kind of giant. But say here's the chakra opening and this is just kind of, you know, stuffed in there. So then you just kind of melt this away with some gold light. So anyway, just melt away whatever's blocking there with gold light. We already repaired the chakras on Friday. So everybody's still fine. But if you're just watching this video and you didn't, you know, do the Friday video or whatever, I mean, if you have little rips and little chips missing, that's chakra damage. But you'll live, it's easy to heal. And you just use gold light and wash it out enough so that it grows back. And sometimes you may have a couple beings that are just kind of wrapped around the damaged parts so they don't heal automatically, because the gold light has to come in contact with the damaged part. So if you have a being just sort of smeared around it, that's going to block the healing process, right? So you could just imagine your third chakra, and gold wax could be kind of fun. You know, just use some gold wax around the openings and around the sides and everything, so the wax will stick to the beings or the energy blocks or the cords or whatever. And then just you take the wax off with whatever's in it and whatever's stuck to it and give that to your angels, and take the other wax off, give it to your angels. So that's gold wax. I do have a related video to that, sticky gold wax, 7 chakras, where you do that on all 7 chakras at once. So I will link that below later. It's a short video. I forget how short, less than 10 minutes probably. But anyway, I just want to make sure everybody gets fully repaired with their third. And unblocked. And somebody said they were angry, but this person does have anger issues in general, but I think we could work in a little bit of that work kind of in. So anger, emotions is second chakra below the belly button. And if you have anger issues in general, actually a few of my clients have anger issues in general. Not just one. And so there could be multiple reasons for that. Part of it is generally aura damage. Like if you're really pissed off, chances are your aura is ripped up. But if your aura is not ripped up, then it could just be that this chakra, the second chakra, is blocked up, and or you have energy blocks in the second layer of the aura, which is the second one out from your skin. And so if it's blocked up here, then it's hard for the second chakra to do its job and generate positive, uplifting emotion. So then you just feel the negative stuff. Why did he do that? Why did she do that? So we can do a little bit extra work on second and first chakras. So first, second layer, and this will be in a video called Get Present in Second and First Chakras, which I will link below.
afterwards. But so if you use gold light and just imagine those two layers closest to your body, second and first layer, and you unblock them below the feet, especially because that kind of expands both layers the quickest, is if you make sure you melt away the energy blocks down here under the feet. Because everybody has, most everybody, I mean, the Dalai Lama, just to use him as an example, does not have repressed anger issues. And he doesn't even have repressed anger that he needs to clear from any past life. But a lot of people do have at least some repressed anger from a past life that they could clear, and that would be in your chakras and your aura, so your second layer and your second chakra. It could be affecting you subconsciously, it could be affecting you consciously. And it wouldn't necessarily be about, like, you could have repressed anger because you had this life where 3 different people cheated you out of a lot of money. But in this life, you're irritable, not only about money, but about, people in general and about a lot of stuff, so it can affect you in sort of broad, unpredictable ways. But anyway, so let's melt that away. Melt away the old baggage in the second layer and the first layer, as much as is healthy and gentle to clear right now. And how does that relate to our theme of success and purpose and the subconscious? Well, subconscious, of course, it relates to that. But success and purpose, it relates a lot, because blocks in the first chakra could be fear. Blocks in the second chakra, as I said, could be, excess anger or excess sadness. And that can be very distracting and very debilitating and demoralizing, so that you don't really have any energy left over to focus on what is my goal for today, what is my goal for this morning, what is my, what am I succeeding, to kind of pump yourself up and validate your own successes. If you're caught up in your own sadness or your own anger, you're not going to do any of that, right? So let's give you much better flow here so that you have time and energy for your success and purpose. All right, so now just a teeny bit on the second and first chakra, because that's important too, but we did repair those on Friday, so they don't need as much work. And the aura layer has a huge impact on the chakra, so we did most of it just by healing the aura layers and letting them expand and release. Okay, so we're going to finish up the healing. And if you had a question or a comment, you can, once we're done, you can feel free to text that if you wish, text chat. But in closing, you can just say, angels, can you please give me a blessing and a healing? And can you especially bless my success and my purpose? So again, it's just as easy as thinking it. Talking to your angels hear just fine, your own thoughts. So just say in your mind, just say, angels, can I please have a blessing and a healing? And can you please bless my success and purpose? Okay, great. So it could be that your healing will continue on for, let's see, one of the newbies, her healing is going to continue on for about an hour. Different newbie, she's not newbie. It's maybe like her second or third healing product that she's getting from me. Her healing will be done in a few minutes. One of my veterans, her healing is going to last for like 2 hours because she's been through some bumps in the road lately. One of my other veterans, just a couple more minutes. Your angels know how long your healing is going to last, so you don't have to micromanage it. Just maybe keep breathing. That's all. All right, cool. So I'm going to make a note that an hour and 25 minutes into it, that's when the healing ended. So I always like my little geeky stats. So if you wanted to text chat how many people were watching, like if you noticed the most that the number of people or how many people now, because I can't easily see that with the interface that YouTube gives me. So if one of you wants to just notice that in text chat, that's fun for me to know. And I'm going to catch up a little bit on people's messages. And if you have a question, something you want me to answer now and discuss, you can feel free to text chat that right now. Or just, how are you feeling after this healing? Oh, and if you haven't given this live stream a thumbs up and you feel like you want YouTube to show this to other people, then your thumbs up would help make that happen. Oh, someone's watching from South Africa. Yay! India, yes. To those who can handle these subjects, I often say I train under a wise mentor and the angels. Love you, Janet. Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody's saying hello. Love you, friend. Oh, thank you. Shoot, that's what I meant. Grounding. That's good. Thank you. Hi. I woke up at 3 a.m. Yeah, I know. South Korea in the house. You go, girl. Wow, that's good to know. So I feel like the lower part of aura must always need repair since I have so many issues with preserving my first chakra. Of course, I can't see that, but I can feel it. Still can't see. Yeah, I think, a video that would be nice for you. I'll link it underneath for everybody if you want like a handy dandy link. But there's this video called Advanced Grounding Cleanout. Advanced Grounding Cleanout of Beings and Energy Blocks. Because I don't think it's very common to get wax specifically at the bottom of your aura. I think probably what it is that you have a bunch of beings that hang out in your grounding and they just kind of reach up and mess with your first chakra because it's handy and it keeps you distracted. So I would say, do that video. That video is a nice beginner's walkthrough, I think, of manually checking for beings. Because I'm outside and I'm like I'm in front of this flowering bush in the springtime. It's really adorable. So it's nice and friendly, so, but it's a good skill builder. It's a good walkthrough to get some beings out of your grounding. And you could also just use that same video and also look in the bottom of all your aura layers for some beings. But beings can kind of, float around. So I'm thinking that, from your first chakra on down, the bottom of your aura and your grounding, that's a bit more of a hangout for beings than maybe you are understanding. And yeah, you don't have to see. It's like, if I describe to you, okay, I was at the store today and in the parking lot, there was this guy that was so hot and he had no shirt on and he had a 6-pack in his stomach, his stomach muscles. And he was, drinking some coffee and, as he lifted up the coffee cup, you could see his arm muscles and I tried not to stare. So as I describe all that, you are using your imagination to imagine how that looked in the parking lot with the guy's stomach and he had no shirt on and he's lifting up his coffee mug and you can see his arm muscles. You imagine that, right? So that same skill is all you need to imagine, little silly beings in your grounding and your bottom of your aura. You don't have to
see in the sort of painting perfect photorealistic way that you're thinking you need to. Okay. Although maybe it's not as fun. But it's good. You could do it. Let's see. It's all coming back to me now. Vacuum boxes. Yes, vacuum boxes. Hello. One of the neighbors started playing an electric piano at 3 a.m. Let's see. Yes, and electromagnets with a buzzer when finished. Yeah, electromagnets, that's true too. He is making a reference to a video called Clear Punishment. I could link that one just for fun. There's a video called Own Path Clear Punishment. And that has vacuum boxes in it. It has electromagnets to get out like hard chunks of energy. It's fun. It's cute. Cleans off your path. I came late because I was at a square dance. You don't hear that every day. I started feeling the healing towards the end of the dance. Well, that's nice. Me starting a business. LOL. How does one get their purpose and success to line up with your kid or kids? I feel as a mom, my success and purpose has shifted since I became a mom. My son seems to be part of my purpose. Well, okay. So if you're a parent and you had a kid, your purpose doesn't change, but probably your conscious sense of what your purpose is changes. You know, because like your higher self and the angels, they would have factored that in probably. You know, it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, this woman's not going to have kids in her life, you know, as you're planning your life plan before your life starts, and then bam, everything changes. No, most likely that was already planned that you were going to have kids. You just maybe didn't know it, obviously, but you're up in heaven, your life is being planned, and it's in there. You're going to have kids. And, you know, if you're a single mom, that's not accidental. That's probably in there for very good reasons. You know, it's a certain level of strength training and challenge and identity strengthening and all sorts of fascinating learning things to be a single mom. So that's probably already in your life plan. It's just you didn't know it. So then you're going along thinking, oh, this is my sense of myself, my sense of purpose. And then bam, now you're a single mother. You're thinking, whoa, now my purpose is totally different. It's not. It's just your conscious understanding of things. Yeah, probably changed for sure. So that's what I would say about that. But yeah, if you do have kids, then it's a part of your purpose, sure. Yeah. How do I measure success daily? That's totally individual, you know. For me, yesterday I was very low on energy, in part because it takes a lot to do these group healings. So my measure of success was that I slept a lot. So that's how I was succeeding. So it's very individual what your sense of success is on a given day. You know, I would recommend that, you know, you're positive and forgiving of yourself, and you make healthy, good goals for yourself, but that you also have a healthy sense of reality. And you know, that was my healthy sense of reality at work yesterday. That was my primary goal, to take a big nap, and then my secondary goal was to read the post-healing surveys, which I did both goals. So man, that was a bang-up successful day. Okay, 26 participants. Most I saw was 27, 26. I feel great. Thank you so much, Janet. You're welcome. Thank you. Advice for stubborn beings. I mean, beings are stubborn. They don't want to leave your space. It's not like you're asking them. You're not like, you know, would you please? You just ask your angels. You don't need to discuss anything with the beings. So they can be as stubborn as they want. Your angels will just yank them out. I mean, if you, yeah, yeah, it's not a request. It's not a would you please, you know. Particularly if you heal yourself, you ground yourself. They know they're not supposed to be there. So you know, yeah, your angels can get out stubborn beings, no problem. I mean, if you have a particular issue, you could get one of these healings, you know, and let me know in advance that you have an issue with beings, so I'll make sure. And you know, I can watch you the post healing surveys and everything. If you can't afford a healing, you could just email me and say, you know, this is my full name, this is where I live, I have a problem with some beings, you know, in this situation. But you know, it's probably easier to do it through, you know, a triplet healing like this, because there's 3 healings in a set. But you know, let me know in advance that, you know, you have an issue with some beings because of this or this. But yeah, your angels don't care if they're stubborn or not. They get yanked out anyway and recycled. Like some people, they ask the bee, I'm asking all negative forces to leave me now. It's like, yeah, good luck with that. Feel so much lighter. Absolutely love this. Feeling great. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Everybody's sharing feedback. Thank you. I could really feel the difference between my experience of myself and sense of purpose, and my family's purpose for me. Yeah. Yeah. Even well-intentioned parents, you know, a lot of them don't understand boundaries very well, particularly with their own kids. And so they, you know, they can give like very heavy guidebooks of like, well, these are the pitfalls I want you to avoid in life, you know, and that energy can be sitting in your own purpose space, really making you kind of flounder. And of course, there are malevolent parents as well, you know, maybe not, they don't think of themselves that way. But you know, they channel a lot of, you know, rage or judgment or whatever towards their kids, and you know, that can get in the way as well. So yeah, it's good to clear up. Whoops, came down with a headache while listening to this healing. What did I do wrong? You well, you got aura damage from your ex-husband, who's bitter that you might be succeeding more than he is in life. And then he whacked you, and then many times, and then some beings just kind of took advantage and came on in and gave you a headache. So, or repair, and then, yeah, and then just ask your angels to remove the beings creating the headache. Is there anything related to the life planning process that would apply to these healings, or is that mostly 8th chakra work? I mean, the life planning process, it just is what it is. It's nothing that we have to fix or change in any way. That is done with really specialized angels in heaven before conception of your lifetime starts. So I mean, what we're doing lightens up your future lifetimes. So like, for example, if you clear some of this success and purpose baggage now, then you don't have to write new learning experiences for it into your next life. So it impacts your next life's life planning stuff. But yeah, otherwise we don't really touch it because the angels handle all that for us. I always try to sleep a lot when I feel like depleting energy too. Yeah, sleep when you need it is smart. Janet, I feel great, but I'm so sleepy. Trying to work on my 3rd chakra a little more. Yeah. Yeah, it's close up in the back of the chakra. It's like pinched close in the back. So just, you know, blast that with lots of gold light and get it back open. There you go. What is your opinion on purpose tied to social media? I don't know. That's a bit of an upended question, but I could open-ended question. What is your opinion on purpose tied to social media? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Um, Social media can often be a distraction. Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, but if you wanted to add a follow-up on that, I'd be happy to read it. Oh, I can show you my animals while I'm waiting for other questions. Oh, somebody says, how to get closer and closer to the purpose, I know mine. Well, that's the thing. If you know your purpose, even if you don't know your purpose, I mean, this is the thing. If you know it or you don't know it, how to get closer and closer to it is just to be present and flowing every day. You know, if you're present and flowing every day, you are, no matter what, going in the right direction and heading towards fulfilling your purpose. So that's why you don't need that's why in the beginning I said plenty of people have purposeful lives, but they don't have their little one sentence mission statement about what is their life purpose. You know, they end up fulfilling their life purpose, but they didn't really have a little tagline for it their whole life consciously. You know, if you're on your path, if you're moving forward, if you're flowing, you're present, you're as safe as possible every day, then you are, you know, using your time really well by default. Yeah, you're going towards your purpose. So I did get some more questions, but I want to show the animals before I forget because somebody's gonna say you didn't show animals. So that's Yo-Yo over there rocking the mic above the microwave. He thinks he owns that counter, by the way, the whole counter over there. Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo. And then this is Bambi right here. She's sleeping. I put out some clothes so that so that some cats might hang out that I could film. So that's Bambi. She's so adorable. And then this is all my dogs right here. So back by the wall over there is Abel, and then with the bone by his head, that's Izzy. And then this one closer to me, that's Daisy right there. Okay, so let's get the camera back up to a normal place. Now that you saw some of the animals. Okay. Would you share any experience as a healer that comes to your mind? I'd love to hear. Sure, but that's a little open-ended, little vague. Any as a healer. I like, I like doing these sessions. I like doing the individual sessions too. When it's nice weather out in the summer, every once in a while, I'll do an individual session, like when I'm walking around my backyard. I'll like have headphones on and the speaker thing, and I'll have the recording device in my pocket, and I'll just like stand around my backyard and stand by the trees and stuff and do a session for somebody. That's like the ultimate for me, is just to be with the trees and do my work, One time I had a table out there too, and I was able to catch the whole sunset. I got really great sunset photos because I was working on my laptop out there, because we have wireless internet out in our backyard now. So that was kind of cool. The root and sacral chakra seem to be the hardest to clear. Yes. Because we come in every morning from the top, from the seventh chakra. And when you get present starting at the seventh, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah. So, the more you work on it, then you can be in 2 and 1 all the time even. Like me, I'm in all my chakras all the time. But if you did want to see a time when I was not in all my chakras, I have a personal public channel, that I welcome anyone to look at and subscribe to. It only has like 2 videos on it right now, but it's called Janet's Pineapple Time. Janet's Pineapple Time. Maybe I could do a link to that. in the comment section. But anyway, my husband made a half-hour video compilation of our road trip move from Chicago all the way out here to Washington State 2.5 years ago. It was like a 2,000-mile trip with 7 animals. So I was not in all my chakras during that. I think because I don't know that I didn't know about gold energy aura buffer zones back then. And I knew about aura repair, but I didn't know about gold energy aura buffer zones. And I didn't know about resolve conflict and boundary issues. So I didn't know how to get people who whack you all the time to stop in a clean way, non-controlling way. I didn't know how to do that. So I was taking a lot of heat on the way here. So you could see me when I'm not in all my chakras in that video. Plus it's interesting, you just see scenery of the road trip and see how we dealt with all the animals. Hi Janet, I feel like I've gotten a lot better with boundaries when around others and in public on a spirit level. I often just choose to clear beings or my aura just to do it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Would doing that too often be a little too fearful or lacking good boundaries, thus making them a little weaker? So your question is, when you're clearing beings, does that make you weaker? No. I mean, I would say, it's like that expression, you work to live, don't live to work. Clear energy, heal yourself to live. If it's getting to the point where it's dominating your life and you're living to clear, then you got it backwards. But I would say, fit as much or as little healing time in as you can, as you choose to have the best day you can. But it doesn't weaken your aura. I mean, phobias weaken your aura, being obsessive weakens your aura, but so just keep that quality of life up. Keep, am I enjoying myself? Am I enjoying my day? That kind of idea. Sorry, I missed most of this. We'll listen later. Got a big week coming up at work, but suddenly feel better while I was working. Thank you. Oh, I missed the recordings from the yard. Yeah. Oh, when I used to make videos in the yard, maybe you're talking about? Yeah, that was a different yard. This yard, I don't make videos. Well, when I did make videos, when I lived here, I was still making videos for a little bit. I did make some in the yard, but we have neighbors that spend more time outside here than we did at the other place. Like we have this one neighbor and she's always in her backyard and she talks loud a lot. So it's not as conducive to outdoor videoing out here. It is gorgeous out here, but like I'm living in a calendar. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. But yeah, as far as making videos in the backyard, not as convenient for that. I love seeing your animals. I'd love to know how to not pick up people's energies. It's gotten a lot better since I started doing these videos and healings. Is there anything I can do? Well, yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, I mean, if you're more centered, and you're whole and your energy's flowing and your aura is whole, repaired and then you might not pick up much. It just depends. The more present you are, the more flowing you are, the better out it works. Better it works out. Tricolor soak is a nice thing too. Like say if you got to go into some store, you could do that video tricolor soak. I'll link that below. But you could just do like a one color earth energy soak, like bring up red earth energy and just soak in it, and then go into your grocery store or something with your red soak up, just to kind of like mellow out while you're in the supermarket. Picking up others' feelings and energies gets in the way of doing the healing work I want to do. Yes and no. I mean, once you get, I mentioned a little bit in the Friday healing. I wouldn't actually recommend that anyone. I mean, if you're already doing it, that's fine. I'm not like, oh my God, stop, you know. But if somebody was pre-professional and they were asking me what's a nice logical order of things, way to do it, I would say, okay, work on yourself healing enough to get to be present in all your chakras consistently, day in, day out, every day. Even when you're having a bad day, you're still in all your chakras, because that'll help prepare you for the extra boundary issues as a healer. So just get to that point first. Don't like overthink, okay, how is this going to work? You know, get to the point where you're in all your chakras all day, even on a bad day, even when you're sick, even, you know, whatever. And that'll take a bit of work. But, you know, that's most of what you need as a professional healer. As a professional healer, working one-on-one with people. Yes, that's what I meant. Growing more present has meant that sometimes I notice the invasive energy and choose to clear it right away. Just felt maybe I make it easy by focusing too much on it. Yeah, you know, as long as you're enjoying your life, that's what counts. You know, this stuff is not the end, it's the means to an end. You know, it's supposed to help you get more out of your life so that you have more joy, more feeling of, you know, you enjoy your day more. Thank you. Yes, that's what I'm asking. I stopped doing any energy work with people to prepare myself. Thanks, Janet. Yeah. And why would I say that? You know, ideally just master yourself first and then work with others as a healer. Because like in a lot of like psychic schools and stuff, they have you work on people as you're learning all the time. You know, like, oh, read this person, heal this person all the time. I mean, if you're already in that dynamic and you like that and you like a school like that, then, you know, more power to you. But what I would say is you don't really need a school. You can just learn online like this, you know, and not pay anybody anything and be comfortable at home. and, um, and, you know, then if you want to go pro, you can just start working on people, you know, when you're pre-pro, you know, one at a time, little guinea pig friends or something, you know. But once you're already in all your chakras, I think it's easier. Because when you're in all your chakras, you've established enough flow and presence and mastery. You really, you know how to heal yourself pretty darn well if you manage to be in all your chakras all the time, even on a bad day. You know, so as a healer, you're gonna get extra boundary issues. As a healer of other people, you're gonna get extra boundary issues. Just because, you know, people play games subconsciously. Probably they don't realize they're doing it, but you know, they could hand you their fear, they could hand you little pieces of their pain, you know, even just innocently thinking, well, I have to hand it to her so she knows what I'm going through, you know, like on a spirit level. So, you know, having gotten that present, you're more ready to just be like, oh, I suddenly feel heavy. Oh, I need to let go of that. She just handed me something. Or, oh, there's some cords. Boop, boop, boop. Now they're gone. You know, you just get such facility by being that present all the time that, you know, it's a new learning level to deal with the boundaries of healer client, but you're ready for that learning level at that point. Adding playfulness is mostly second. Playfulness. What chakra is playfulness? I think playfulness could be several things, you know. Heart chakra is, you know, enthusiasm, motivation. Playfulness also could be inner child, you know, so you could heal your inner child a little more. You know, I have a video, Heal Wounded Inner Child. I could put that in the comment section. It's going to be a long collection of videos in the comment section. Playfulness could even be seventh. Seventh kind of sets the tone, you know, and so if you maybe clear out energy blocks that are making you too serious here in your seventh. How does one get more present in all of their chakras?
Well, you just keep healing and unblocking and clearing, and your spirit is like, wow, this is a great place to be. You as a spirit, you just get more present because you're healing and unblocking and repairing and everything's flowing well, and so it's easy to be present. So it's this gradual process of getting more and more present because everything's really flowing well because you're taking care of it. So the first two basics would be, any of these live streams, I do the basics first. So I do grounding, unblocking grounding, repairing aura. So the person that asked that, aura repair would really help you. Regular aura repair would get you into at least one more chakra all the time. So you'd go from being in 7 through 4 on a bad day, 7, 6, 5, 4 on a bad day, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 on a good day, to maybe 7 through 3 all the time if your aura is repaired, and then 7 through 2 on a good day. And then you can just work on that video, get present in second and first chakras, to get in these other two chakras. So it's a gradual process where you're unblocking and healing and repairing. But unblocking, your grounding, and aura repair would be the first two things to do. I love how you make the healing silly and fun. Actually, there's a story right there. There was this one, they were friends of one of my clients, whom I love, this client, but she referred these people and they asked me to do a reading for them. And I laughed a lot in the recording of the reading because I do. And angels, they make jokes. And so I laugh, what can I say? But they decided that I couldn't, this was like, well, it's very rare, but it happened. So it's a funny story. These people decided I couldn't possibly be a real, communicator with angels because I laughed too much. Because I laughed, period. Like I wasn't serious. So I'm thinking, well, whatever, I give up. You must not be talking to angels if you think that angels never laugh and are never, uplifting and joyful. But whatever. Can't make everybody happy. I would love to watch your vlog of life as a healer and teacher. It would be so inspiring. Yeah. Just a thought, no pressure at all, as you know. Ha ha. Yeah. Making videos takes so much time. It's really wild. The editing, the downloading, the processing on the computer, the uploading. I just don't have time, because I try to price everything so cheap, so low, but that means I have to work a lot. I do a lot of, these healings, these group healings. It seems like one morning and then it's done, except, I sleep the whole next day or, whatever. There's like a lot of prep to it. And then the bookkeeping of it is kind of crazy because it's 80 different payments I have to log and, whatever. So I'm not saying my life is terrible. I love my life, but I'm just saying you're not going to see a vlog of my life. I don't have time to deal with that. But, maybe someday some books. Maybe. We'll see. Janet, am I in all my chakras now? No. Seven through 3 right now. You blocked up a little in your, you were in 7 through 2, but then you blocked up and your grounding needs to get unblocked again. So just unblock your grounding. That'll probably get you back in 7 through 2, which means 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then if you unblocked below your feet more, first layer and second layer, then maybe you'd get into all your chakras. So it wouldn't be that hard right now because you just got the healing for you to get into all your chakras. Just, below your feet, first and second layer right below your feet, just unblock that. And then you're grounding again, just unblock it more. And then you'd be in all your chakras. I'm thinking I'm present in 7 through 2. Yes, that's true. Probably present in all chakras on and off. Yes, that's true. But still popping out of one every so often. Yeah. I would say you're probably in your first chakra for maybe 4 hours after you meditate at this point. In this particular poster. Trying to work on being present in all chakras all the time. You're getting there. Once you're in your second chakra a lot, then you're almost there, man. Because second chakra is a little bit of a thing for people. Fourth chakra is a thing for people too. Like, because if you're not in your fourth chakra all the time, then you're like, whoa, it's me. Life is so unfair. I give up. And you get lost in these dramas. So once you're in your fourth all the time, that's like one big milestone, And then third, that's not so hard to work on unless like you don't understand that fatigue can block this up, then you'll just give up and be like, I'm too tired to meditate, But if you can do that, then you can get in your third. But then getting into your second, sometimes the initial aspect of getting into your second, you'll just be like, oh, I don't want to feel my emotions. Never mind, I give up. But then once you're in your second regularly, then your emotions are more light, and you probably really already feel a big difference when you meditate. So it's easy to keep motivating yourself then to get into all your chakras. Janet, am I in chakras 7 through 2 right now? Yes. Yeah. Legs, you could work on bringing more energy up through your legs, red earth energy up through legs. I can link that below, one of the 80 videos below, but earth energy up legs. That's another thing I probably don't mention enough, just because I forget. Because I do it a lot. So it's like if it's not an issue for me anymore, sometimes it's off my radar. But yeah, bringing up a lot of red earth energy up through your legs into your first chakra will accelerate you getting into all your chakras faster. For sure. Legs, legs, legs. All right. Cool. Well, that might be the end of the questions and the end of the live stream. It's pretty long, so we should probably... Legs are hard for me. Well, you haven't tried my videos. My videos will make it easy. There's what is that? Gold bottle brush with legs. That's fun. Gold bottle brush. I'll link it below. Gold bottle brush legs is in the title. If you guys ever want to find my videos, you just search, on your phone, you have to search all of YouTube. So you just write Janet Wright and then, whatever you're looking for as far as my videos. So Janet Wright, Clear Fear, Janet Wright, if you remember the title of some keywords in the title. So Janet Wright, gold brush legs, would get it for you, but I'll link it below. Okay. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. If you want to say bye, that's cool. But I'm going to sign off in about 30 seconds. All my animals are sleeping peacefully except for Yo-Yo. The next healing is in 2 days on Tuesday. And the healings through the end of the year are still selling out faster than usual. So just a heads up. I think there's only like, I'm gonna forget. I think there's like 9 or 14 spots or something left for one of them. There's 9 spots left for the healing masterclass. That is on I want to say the 17th of November, the third Sunday. Yeah, the 17th of November. So it's in 2 weeks from today, and there are only 9 spots left. And it's cheap, it's just a one thing. It's not a triplet set, but it's the rate is $50 US. But if that's not affordable for you, there are financial need rates that go all the way down to a low of $30 US. And otherwise, you could just watch and heal yourself as you watch, which of course is free. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye, Janet. Thank you. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Yes. And it's nice to see some people that were not paying, that I wasn't healing. They didn't prepay, but they're still watching and participating. That's always cool. You're always welcome to do that. So you could look on my website on my session payment page just to see what's coming up, not to buy the healings. If that's not in your budget or you choose not to, you don't have to buy the healings and get the healings from me. But that way you see a list of what are the upcoming healings and what dates they're on, so it's handy.
So I could just write, oops. That's my website name. And then I think there's it says pay for sessions here or something like that. And that'll give you the list of all the group healings, the themes coming up, and when the dates that they are. And what else? That's it, really. The December triplet set is on December 6th, 8th, and 10th, and that is selling out too. I mean, they're all selling faster than usual, but that one, I think there's like 18 spots left for, or something like that at this point, and that's like a month away, more than a month away. So just a heads up. You can't say you weren't told then. All right, love you guys. Bye. I'm gonna go have a really big, awesome breakfast. That'll be my success for the day. Having a yummy breakfast.